Welcome back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by Visible. Live in the know. I'm your host, Kylie Kelce, friend of the spider community. I did not cry at kindergarten drop-off, and I bleed green. By the way, Dax bit first. And in case you were wondering, Jason's tweet, I read it and laughed, Avi, before he posted that. So all the people thinking that it was appalling. Do you know my husband? Anyway, coming up on today's episode, a bunch of NFL wives just posted their season kickoff parties, which has me reminiscing about my days as the oldest Eagles wife on the team. God, I was. In this week's edition of Can I Be Honest? And as you can see, I'm in our Philly studio today because soon I'm going to be joined by a fellow Birds fan. She's the hilarious Emmy-winning stand-up comedian, actress, and writer who's been leading the charge for the WNBA here in Philly, Wanda Sykes. I'm so excited. Again, no business. But first, a quick NGL announcement about all the Real One teacher wish lists. We've received hundreds and hundreds of submissions. So thank you for your videos and sending the links. Queen Emma and the team have been hard at work compiling all of the wish lists that were sent in. And I'm going to feature some of my favorite videos on More Shit Monday. Queen Emma wants me to commit to an amount that I am going to cover. And let's just say the majority of the wish lists that were sent will have at least some of their items covered. If we were to clear wish lists, then we would do less of them. And that wouldn't reach as far. Moving on, the Real Ones had a lot to say about my solo episode this week. So I'm going to respond to some of your top comments. First up, much to my own chagrin, seems like you loved listening to just me for an entire episode. Why? That's terrible. This comment says, I love the solo episodes. I just watched a grown woman answer a quiz about animals, and I'm here for it. Yes, you did. And I'd do it again. That shit excites my soul. What was the BuzzFeed? I used to love when it would pop up and be like, dog breeds. Do you know them? And I'd be like, you're fucking right, I do. This next comment says, do a solo once every 4 weeks. I really enjoyed this. From Canada. Hey, up north. Queen Emma wants to know if I would want to do more solo episodes. And I think it's pretty obvious. Fucking no. Nobody needs more of me. Right? No. Queen Emma also wants to know, what if they were a cool 60? And I said that just the way she would. Okay? No. Also no. I feel like this is the no segment. Maybe one more solo episode this fall. Queen Emma's looking for a Thanksgiving special that's a solo episode. Maybe. Honestly, because who the heck's gonna want to record on Thanksgiving week? I feel that. Me, that's who. Okay. And also, the last episode wasn't technically a solo episode because Benny and Wyatt made cameos, so. Gotcha. Next up, a lot of you guys gave more ideas for what I should have the girls call me to help break up the symphony of mom, mommy, mom, mommy, mom, mama, mom, mommy. Let's see what they are. Lil Jon, and your response could be, what? Yeah, okay. I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. And I'm telling my kids to call me Cabs in here. Now, this gives me a very good idea. I actually feel like morning drop-off, we're starting to get into a routine. And I feel like instead of saying that we need to get in the car, that I should just start yelling, Cabs in here, because I feel like that's more fun. So maybe we'll do both. And lastly, there were a bunch of comments like this. No comment on the engagement? Hey, has she congratulated Travis and Taylor on their engagement? So if you record before the announcement was posted, you got it right. Yep. You're with me. I think that this is, I would like to put out that I have made a very conscious effort to not discuss Taylor and Travis on this podcast because news outlets, tabloids, and AI, quite frankly, like to post only the quotes that they grab from whatever I say in reference to them. And here's where I think there is a disconnect. People do not realize that you at home, you have your family, and in your family, you might have a brother-in-law and they might be dating someone. You might have a soon-to-be sister-in-law, but you have a relationship personally with them that no one else is involved in because it's your relationship. And so I don't need to come out here and make statements when I already talked to them. You see what I'm saying? I don't need you to clickbait my shit. I don't need you to take my comments and try and dissect it. I think it goes without being said. I am so incredibly happy for them. We are so excited that they are taking this next step. The girls are so excited to get another aunt. I am so truly happy for them. And I feel so grateful that we get to welcome Taylor into our family in a more official capacity. But it's our private relationship. So that's my brother-in-law, Travis, and my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Taylor. And so I don't need to talk about them all the time. Our relationship is private between us. And so it's okay that time made it so that we didn't congratulate them in the last episode. And also that I don't always have to comment on what they're doing in their lives because I can just text them and talk to them. Anyway, now that that's been covered, let's move on to another one of my favorite segments, Can I Be Honest? Brought to you today by Advent Health, official healthcare provider of Walt Disney World Resort. This past weekend was, of course, NFL kickoff, and alongside all the highlights, my Instagram feed was also filled with photos from various NFL spouse kickoff parties happening around the league. Brooke Dickerson shared the Eagles ladies brunch. Former NGL guest Kristen Juszczyk threw one for the 49ers women. And as a retired NFL wife, emphasis on the retired, it's cool to see these bonding moments among the women of the league. I am, first of all, mostly proud of the Eagles women for doing it so early because we used to get, I'm not kidding, to November, I would say the end of November, and usually have a moment of shit. We haven't gotten together yet. Yikes. And then we would quick plan what would end up being a really fun Christmas or holiday get together. But I'll tell you what, it took that long and it was without fail. And every single time we would do the holiday one and we'd be like, we should do this earlier next year. And then you know what we would do? Not. I especially love seeing the women who I was there with. Brooke Dickerson, Annie Elliott, Nikki, Milata. There's all these women who are still there who are continuing this culture of sort of inclusivity and making sure that everyone feels like they have contact and that they have an opportunity for community. And that is really exciting to see. I feel really proud that that's happening in Philadelphia, as if I have any fucking skin in the game anymore because I'm retired. Ironically, the first event that I went to with women with the Eagles was a white elephant. So right on brand. I'm telling you, we literally every single year would just get to the holidays and then it would be spur of the moment. But it was a lovely time. I had one person there that I knew personally that had included me. She was friends with Jason. Shout out to Laura Barwin. It was nice to have that connection, and Laura was great about including me and making me feel welcome. There's something to be said about that because I'm sure that it still happens many places, but there's always that almost like a welcome to the NFL moment for women. And Mine was when I met someone who shall remain nameless. To be honest, I don't even know if I remember their name. And when I met her, she said to the person that had introduced me, which is a random connection. Essentially, I was downstairs in the family room and someone introduced me as, oh, this is Jason's girlfriend. And the person looked at the person introducing me and said, Jason Kelce? And the woman said, yes. And she goes, he has a girlfriend? I was like, yes, bitch. She just said that and I'm standing right in front of you. What the fuck? What? Excuse me? Yeah, that was my welcome to the NFL moment. Lucky for me, I did not have to interact with that woman much more than that. It was better off. I was okay with that wholeheartedly. That does it for Can I Be Honest? Brought to you by Advent Health. Moving on, chat. Let's get to some scrolling. Doom Scroll of the Week is brought to you by Uber Eats. Order Sephora on Uber Eats today. Can you really? I could Uber Eats some Sephora? First up on Doom Scroll, at Anna Rankin, RN, a nurse, on TikTok, made a point about me time that I feel deep in my bones. Queen Emma, roll the clip.
I don't need me time. I need no one needs me time. No one needs me. No one needs me time. I don't need me time. I don't need it.
That's honestly so true. I want to sit on the couch and sit. That's it, period. That was my whole sentence. I wanted to sit on the couch, period. That's literally it. That's it. Me time to me says that I have things that I want to do for me. And that's not necessarily the case. I want no one to need me. I don't want to open a snack. I don't want to fill a water bottle. Yeah, I don't want to wipe a butt. That's easy. That's not mine. You know? Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. This is what I will say. When there have been times where all of my children have left the house and no one is currently in my vicinity and I'm at my house by myself, which is a great place to have nobody needs me time. That's where I want the nobody needs me time. I want to interact with my house the way I want to interact with my house, unguided. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Approximately 30 minutes, I'll give it 30 minutes into that, I get really bored, and I want them to come back. And then, couple times, full honesty here, no judgment, they come back, and within 15 minutes of them being in the house, I'm like, you could leave. You could go back wherever you were. Go back to where you were. I missed you. And now the fact that you drop kicked your sister in the middle of the living room makes me want you to go back wherever you were for 10 more minutes. I need 10 more minutes of silence. You know? Yeah, that's it. Next up on Doom Scroll, I found myself on DIY spider home building TikTok. Yes, you heard that right. And I have many thoughts. Queen Emma, the clip, please.
So I have a little jumping spider. He's been hanging out in my bathroom for quite a few months now. So this is the little home I have set up for him so far. I have more stuff coming to fill it up more. It's just on back order. But here his curious little butt is. I can't believe he got in here. Now, since he is like a wild spider, I'm not going to shut this door on him so he can freely go in and out as he pleases. And I got to get some food for him.
Couple things I love about this video. First of all, she didn't kill the spider. Starting off on the right foot. I am the person who not only thinks that certain spiders are cute, but also will scoop them up in my bare hands and take them outside. Now, sometimes when I don't think they're cute, I'm not picking them up in my bare hands. That's going to be a cup and piece of paper situation. I love nothing more than the fact that this spider knew that she created that for him or her, and that it went into the little house. If you don't think spiders are cute, I want you to look up jumping spiders, and I want you to look at a close-up of a jumping spider. There's no way. They're so fuzzy and like compact and like almost chubby because the fuzzy, and their little eyes are so cute. Oh, I love it. The girls don't love bugs as much as me. I will say I have not passed that on. They do love what Benny calls
2025 NFL season at 0-1 after a crushing 27-21 loss to the Chargers on Friday night in Brazil. A setback that reignited haunting memories of last year's disastrous ending. This was far from the fiery beginning Kansas City craved, and with the schedule only growing more brutal, the tension has already started building. In Week 2, the Chiefs will face the Philadelphia Eagles at Arrowhead, desperate to strike back with vengeance after their humiliating Super Bowl 59 blowout defeat. For Travis Kelce, the 35-year-old superstar tight end, Week 1 was equally bittersweet. He managed to score a touchdown but collected just one other catch, totaling 47 yards, while unintentionally injuring electrifying rookie Xavier Worthy. Addressing the team's sluggish start on his viral New Heights podcast, Kelce unleashed a raw, emotional, and NSFW rallying cry that immediately caught fire across sports and entertainment headlines. "We got to get this thing FNG going, man," Kelce told his brother Jason, urging the Chiefs to reignite their spark. "We got to get this train FNG running a little bit more. The biggest thing for me is energy, man. We got to come out with the FNG energy. I know Arrowhead is going to bring it. It's going to be thrilling to feel that electric atmosphere, but unless the players on the field deliver, Arrowhead won't truly become the fun battleground fans expect. We got to FNG bring it, especially knowing one of the best teams, the reigning champs, is storming in." Kelce's voice carries a sharp edge of urgency throughout the segment, and the tone feels more than fitting. The Chiefs are still loaded with talent and will always shine bright with Patrick Mahomes leading under center, but last season proved they are no longer the unstoppable force they once seemed a few years ago. It served as a tough reminder to anyone too comfortable in Kansas City that victories in the National Football League must be earned, never handed out. Kelce is convinced his team must come in fired up, focused, and fully ready to fight Philadelphia for a critical win. Long before Taylor Swift was dating and later engaged to Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs, she was already a global superstar, loved for her music. Now, Swift is preparing to launch her latest album, Life of a Showgirl, on October 3rd, with stores already bracing. Swift's influence is so powerful, she's sparking a trend that could pull music lovers back into history. Remember the nights when fans would stand in long lines at the local record store at midnight, just to be the first to hear a brand new album? Younger generations may only know those stories from the past, but for many, it was a real and magical tradition. Back then, when music wasn't instantly available online, listeners had to leave their homes and physically show up to experience an artist's latest release the moment it dropped. Record Store Day has brought some of that excitement back, but it only happens twice each year, once in April and again on Black Friday. Taylor Swift remembers those moments well. At 35 years old, she grew up in a time when music wasn't nearly as easy to grab as it is today. Inspired by that nostalgia, Swift is reviving the album release tradition with something special. She is planning hundreds of exciting events across the United States to celebrate her new album launch. Target has confirmed that select stores will open their doors at midnight local time on October 3rd to sell exclusive variants and the standard edition of Swift's upcoming album, Life of a Showgirl. Speaking with Variety, the retailer revealed that 500 stores will officially take part in the midnight sales. In the report, Variety notes that midnight openings for stores to sell brand new albums the moment they are allowed to hit shelves are mostly a relic of the 80s and 90s. Before streaming and downloading became the fastest and most popular way for listeners to enjoy instant musical gratification. Fans eager to join in can visit the retailer's special store locator page, which lists every outlet participating in these rare midnight events. Interestingly, the stores won't close and reopen later. Instead, Target confirmed that stores will simply stay open past their usual hours and then roll out the albums exactly at midnight. Away from the retail buzz, Travis Kelce is thriving as Taylor Swift's plus one. In headline-making news, the Kansas City Chiefs star appeared on the cover of GQ magazine's September 2025 issue. Accompanied by an in-depth interview where he opened up about his personal life, including Swift. During the interview, Kelce expressed his passion for music and his pride in supporting Swift at her events. "I get to be the plus one. I get to go and be that fan," he explained in the feature published Tuesday, August 12th, adding, "Because I am a fan. I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of art, and it feels amazing that I get to enjoy her being that plus one for me on the football field. I feel that same rush of happiness every single time she shows up at my games." He also praised her talent and dedication on stage, admitting she would never call herself an athlete, but he knows the truth. "I've seen what she goes through. I've seen the amount of work she puts on her body, and it's mind-blowing. Hopefully, Taylor Swift's presence will inspire Kelce to push harder for wins with the Chiefs this season, especially after they stumbled in their opening game. Still, there's plenty of football left to play. After the crushing Super Bowl 59 defeat of the Kansas City Chiefs at the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles, questions are swirling about the future of star tight end Travis Kelce, with growing speculation about retirement, reported People. Even though his current contract runs through 2025, the decision Kelce makes may ultimately depend on the team's Super Bowl fate. According to People, Patrick Mahomes openly recognized the immense value Kelce has given to both the Chiefs and the NFL and promised his full support for any decision Kelce makes, but would truly welcome him back. Patrick Mahomes also pointed out that tight end Travis Kelce still has plenty of football left in him and always rises to make the biggest plays when it matters most. But the final choice depends entirely on whether Kelce is willing to put in the demanding work. The star tight end has been openly weighing retirement, reportedly admitting he hasn't played at his peak this season and plans to reevaluate everything once it ends. He has also said, "I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off." Yet, in the same breath, acknowledged preparing himself for new opportunities, understanding that football careers never last forever, reported People. Prominent sources now claim his ultimate decision could rest heavily on the outcome of the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce is expected to take thoughtful time after the championship to reflect on his path ahead and announce a final decision before free agency officially begins in the month of March, according to People.